Hello and welcome to 2026 and welcome to the ACC opener here in Dallas, Texas, where tonight we have the 12th ranked North Carolina Tar Heels versus unranked SMU, but SMU is not bad, holding an 11-2 record. North Carolina is 13-1, their best start in 15 years. A little bit about both of these teams. Both are led for North Carolina. They are led by an incredible freshman forward, Caleb Wilson, number 8, averaging almost a double-double per game. And SMU, very balanced scoring. You have guard Boopy Miller averaging around 18, Jason Pierre 17, BJ Edwards with 13, and Semet Yigitoglu with 10. So it's going to be very interesting. UNC, North Carolina does not shoot a lot of threes. They average 72 points per game, but they only make 6 threes, while SMU averages 86 points per game, and they're 38% from the three-point line, and they're very, very active on defense as they average over 7 steals per game. So let's get right into it. Yigitolu and Vezar to do the tip for us. And we are live in Dallas, Texas, ACC opener. Let's get right into it. They decided to put Boopy Miller on Kyan Evans. Kyan Evans, a very good guard for UNC. And that one's immediately stripped in away by Miller. And a dump down into Anderson. Sorry, Washington. Washington, he gets the scoring started for the Mustangs. Again, like I said earlier, SMU, very fast hands, very active on defense. That's why they average 7 steals per game. They're going to let Caleb Wilson go to work. Yigitulu with the double and a second straight turnover from the Tar Heels as they get Wilson traveling. But great hands by Miller. Goes behind the back dump into a running Washington, and Washington able to get the finish. I really hate quality on this, but Miller to bring it up for the Mustangs. He is a very dangerous, shifty guard of his own right. He's picked up, and he threw it away. Stolen by Bogovac. Wilson on the run. Tough contest. No, can't get it to go. Miller. Washington, long three. No. Here comes Trimble. Trimble coming back after a long injury. He has been much needed for this North Carolina team. He adds spacing and ball handling. Bogovac hits a rolling Vesar. Vesar can't get a go for the right hand. Can't get a go with the left hand, but Caleb Wilson is there for the putback. Dude, calm down, man. Good golly. Good ball movement from the Mustangs to give it back to Miller. Evans playing really up against Miller. Miller on the drive, bump, spins, fade away. Doesn't get the bounce and lands into the hands of Vesar. Maybe they want to get Caleb Wilson in the post. They go back to it. He turned it over last time. Cross court to Bogovac. Tremble in the corner. Drives, gives it to Vesar. Vesar left wide open, and he gets it to go with the right hand. And UNC, if they're able to take advantage with their size with Wilson and Vesar, they're going to get a lot of easy baskets around the rim. Yigitolo, doubled kick, Washington. He's 0 for 1 from beyond the arc. Yigitolu behind the back pass into Pierre. He's going to take a three. That one can't go. Here comes North Carolina. Evans. Crossover to the left hand. Blocked by Yigitolu. And Pierre Jr. was in there for the rebound. He got fouled by Vesar. Yigitolu, really good. Really, really good recovery there as Evans got past Miller. SMU head coach Andy Enfield has really got this team to go all in on defense. They believe that they could be an underrated team here in a very stacked ACC conference. Miller thought about the three. Pierre working on Bogovac. Rises. No. Yigitolu the O board. He goes back up against Vesar. Rolls around the rim. Can't get it. And batted out of bounds by the Tar Heels. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Vesar and Yigi Tolu, two very tall setters for both of these teams. Miller to inbound into Washington. Has the only points for the Mustangs, and that one is batted out of bounds by Vesar. 3 minutes have gone by. It's been very slow scoring, how it is in most of these games. Miller. Ball screen, Miller. Inside feed, Yugutolu going to go right back at Vesar, and this time he lays it in. This time he's able to finish. Caleb Wilson working that paint. Trimble back out to Bogovac. Evans left corner. Rises from the ball screen. Vesar working hard down there against Pierre. And they're going to get Pierre for the off the ball foul on Vesar. Yigi Tulu so fundamentally sound. Nice move over Vesar. Wilson on the inbound. Bogovac long fading three. That one hit the back iron. Miller. Ooh, crossover. Wilson goes up against him and he gets it to finish. Dude, what am I doing? Vesar step in three. No. Ball batted around. Caleb Wilson's on the floor. And it's 4v5 for the Mustangs. Pierre. Washington. Edwards loses the ball on the baseline. Gets it back. Edwards. Miller corner three. Yes! Boopy Miller, his first point of the game. And SMU is up 5. Evans drives on Yigi Tolu. And he will get the call. And this is what SMU is good at. They want to get Caleb Wilson and Vesar in bad situations, use their quickness and speed to their advantage, and drive right past them and finish strong. And that's what Boopy Miller did right there to Caleb Wilson. Oh my gosh. Vesar gets the inbound. Is doubled kick to the corner. Tremble. Jump stop. Bogovac 3. And they're going to get an offensive 3 on Jaron Stevenson of North Carolina. SMU playing really good disciplined defense. They've held Wilson to only 2 so far. Not letting him go to work. They double him every time he gets the ball in the post. Washington. Yugitolu going right back at Vesar with the right hand. This time, no good. And it will be batted out of bounds by Derek. Dude, what am I doing? Batted out of bounds by the Mustangs. Yugitolu wants a review. Looking at the bench. I don't think they're going to give it to him. Dixon. Jaden Toombs has checked in for Yugitolu. Bogovac. Drive. Vesar. Long floater. No. Stevenson the strong rebound. Flings it back out to Dixon and North Carolina, and the Tar Heels will restart. Dixon on the drive with the right hand. Goes up, rejected by Toombs. Here come the Mustangs. Throw up for Edwards, and he gets the layup to go. SMU on a 9-0 run. Bogovac trying to find Vesar. Gets it to him. Loses the ball. Stolen by Edwards. SMU has numbers. Throw up for Pierre, and he tips it in. Dude, what am I doing? Lock in. SMU on fire defensively right now. Tremble gets the handoff. Now we'll reset. Tremble gets the switch onto Toombs. Maybe they could get it to Vessar. Swing to the corner. Dixon will rise and hit. A much-needed 3 for the Tar Heels. They cut the lead to 6. First point of the game for Derek Dixon. They decided to put a switch. They put Tremble on Miller. Let's see how this goes. Looks like they're switching every ball screen. Miller has Dixon on his right hip. Miller. Toombs will try a 3. Off the back iron, Bogovac with the vertical to get the rebound. Kicks it up to Stevenson, and Stevenson gets it to go. Stevenson finishes through contact, and Miller tried to draw the offensive foul, trying to draw a foul on Stevenson running back on defense, and the refs are going to call an offensive foul on Miller. I mean, good awareness from Stevenson and Bogovac. And Miller has to go to the bench. He has 2 fouls. But SMU has very good depth at the guard position, but they will definitely miss him. Dixon to Tremble. Tremble. Hand off to Jonathan Powell. New substitution for the Tar Heels. Dixon, shot clock winding down, has to put it up at the horn. Air ball. North Carolina not paying attention to the shot clock. Forced up a bad shot, and that is the 5th North Carolina turnover. They only have 9 points around 8 minutes into this game. Toombs just missed the 3 for the Mustangs. Pierre at the right wing, crossover, rises for 2 and buckets. Jaron Pierre Jr. with a tough pull-up over Powell. Tremble. Ball screen. Feeds into Stevenson. Runner, and he will get fouled and head to the charity stripe. Stevenson has gotten a lot of action here for North Carolina early. He already has a layup. Now he will go to the line to shoot 2. First free throw for Stevenson, and it rolls out. Jaron Stevenson averaging 6.3 points per game and around 4 rebounds. Gets the second one to go. 15-10, Mustangs on top. And North Carolina looks like they're going to go full court press with Stevenson at the top. Ball pressure. And he's going to force SMU to call a timeout. BJ Edwards had nowhere to go. SMU will use their first timeout of the game. With presses, they're so unpredictable. They could either be zone or man. But as always, just get the ball into your middle guy and, let the horses run. You'll most likely than not get a fast break bucket if you get the ball to the middle. And I guarantee you Andy Enfield is drawing something up for his Mustangs to break that. Jermaine O'Neal Jr. has checked in for the Mustangs. Pierre. No, sorry. That's Edwards. Edwards crossover against Stevenson. He's able to draw the foul. And he will head to the line. Why? BJ Edwards, guard, averaging over 13 points per game, has been very effective in this game with pushing the pace for the Mustangs as he hits the first free throw. And even though he's listed as a guard, he hauls in over 6 rebounds a game. Very much needed for SMU. They need every rebound they get against this very tall North Carolina team as he misses the second and Wilson able to haul it in. Quiet half for Caleb Wilson so far. 9 minutes gone and only 2 points. Powell on the left wing. Stuck. Kicks it back out. Dixon. Drive. Now stuck. Wilson waiting for an opportunity to get the ball. Tremble. Drive. Free throw jumper. Yes. Seth Trimble. First points on the board. UNC cuts the lead to 4. Off the ball action for Southern Methodist. Catch it, shoot 3 in the corner for Pierre. Pierre has been very big for the Mustangs this half. Wilson doubled, has to get rid of it. Hits a cutting Powell, and Powell finishes. Beautiful play recognition from Powell, and nice dime from Wilson. Wilson has to find a way to affect the game in other ways. Maybe it's by playmaking instead of scoring. Toombs will rise for 3, and he nails it. Jaden Toombs back-to-back threes for the Mustangs, and they're up 8. Dixon into Wilson, spin, finish over Toombs. Beautiful finish. Caleb Wilson, that was perfect. Contest by Toombs. Wilson's just that good. Washington catch it, shoot 3. 3 in a row. Mustangs on fire. Trimble. Around the Vessar screen, gets inside. Floater, no. Putback, yes. Seth Trimble weaving his way around SMU defenders and finding the cup. Toombs loses the ball, gets it back. Baby hook over Vessar. SMU has scored on 5 straight possessions. 18-27, SMU on top. Trimble, crossover, left hand, floater again. That time no good. Vessar, putback no good. Ball bouncing around, and it lands in the hands of BJ Edwards. And SMU will reset. Pierre long 3. That one is no good. We go out of bounds off the Mustangs. And North Carolina gets a much-needed stop as Bogovac will check in and Kyan Evans. Sam Walters has checked in for the Mustangs. Evans, can he get something going for North Carolina? Looks like SMU's in a 1-3-1. Vessar at the elbow. Kick out to Bogovac. He's doubled. He has to get rid of it. Evans, 5 on the shot clock. Catch and shoot 3 for Powell. That one is short. And the Mustangs off and running again. Walters in the corner. Gets it back out to Edwards, and he will call for the screen. Edwards rises for two. No. Igitolu fighting for it, and they're going to call out of bounds on SMU. And again, look at this finish by Caleb Wilson. Insanely tough finish. But it has been all Mustangs to start this game. They are 4 for 8 from beyond the arc. North Carolina, just 1 of 5. Evans pressured by Edwards. Feeds Wilson. Kick out Bogovac, corner 3. He responds! The second 3 for North Carolina couldn't come at a bigger time. They cut the lead to 6. 7:20 remaining in this first half of the ACC opener. Edwards. Pierre. Jab step. Goes right to the cup and blocked by Vessar. Vessar tries to save it. He can't, but beautiful rim protection by Henry Vessar. Boopy Miller's going to check in for SMU. Again, he has 2 fouls. He comes in for Pierre. And he gets it into Igitolu. Miller against Vessar one-on-one. They clear out 5 on the shot clock. Igitolu has to put it up at the horn. No! Powell gets it, and now he's off to the races. Wilson. Can he get going for North Carolina? Wilson, tough fadeaway, tough finish. Caleb Wilson with a beautiful, nifty finish around 2 defenders. Miller step back 2, yes. The off-the-ball foul on Sam Walters. Again, he has a tough assignment coming off the bench. He has to guard Caleb Wilson. And last possession, Caleb Wilson won that matchup. Let's take another look at that. I mean, he's stuck, spin over Igitolu and Walters, and he drops it in. Ooh, drops it in. That's a good one. Evans to inbound it. The score is 23-29. Southern Methodist has been leading this whole game. Wilson backing down Washington, kicks to the corner, swinging it around North Carolina, and tipped pass by Washington. It will go out of bounds. Still 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Wilson going right at Washington, straight to the cup. No, but he draws. No, travel. Caleb Wilson's second travel of the day. And another look. Yes, he changed his pivot foot. And that is the sixth North Carolina turnover in this half. Yeah, SMU, they are very scrappy team, very fast, very hardworking. Miller rises for 3. Left it short, and it lands into the hands of Stevenson. Evans, a kick to Bogovac. They give it back to him. Bogovac, corner 3, Stevenson. Yes! Stevenson cuts it to a 1-possession lead. Edwards, one-on-one against Bogovac around the screen. Edwards intercepted by Stevenson, trying to hit the corner. And here comes North Carolina. Stevenson. Swing around to Bogovac. Tries to throw it up for Wilson, and Wilson flushes it home. Timeout on the floor. What a surge for North Carolina. After being down double digits, what felt like all half, they bring it within one, a little bit over 5 minutes to go. And that action seems to be working for North Carolina. Every time Bogovac drives in, they help off, what leaves the shooter wide open. And that time, Caleb Wilson uses his size to his advantage. I don't think I can even make a YouTube video, so whatever. Are you serious? I need to lock in, bro. What am I doing? It has been a tight one here in Dallas, Texas. SMU up one. 5:08 remaining. Washington. Pierre driving with the left hand. No, goes up against Stevenson off the rim and into the hands of Vesar. UNC looking to take their first lead of the game. Vesar step in three. Puts it in! Henry Vesar gives North Carolina their first lead of the game. They're on a 13-2 run. Miller is doubled, has to get rid of it. Kick to the corner. Corner three. Yes! BJ Davis-Ray. His first minute of the game, he hits a three early. Bogovac trying to feed it inside to Wilson. He gives it to him. One-on-one against Washington. Takes the fade away. That one is no good. Miller crossover into a cutting Washington. Goes right at Bogovac. And he draws the foul. And Henry Vesar on his knees. Looks like he got hit in the face by Washington on the drive. Oh my gosh, can I stop getting Granger ads, please? Okay, Caleb Wilson averaging around 20 points per game, has 8.4 rebounds right now. SMU trying their best to contain him, but he has had a very good stretch, pulling UNC within one. Washington will go to the line to shoot two, and that one rims out. Washington, second free throw, he is able to hit it. Jaden Young has checked in for North Carolina, new sub in today. And SMU looking to do some zone press. They're in a 2-2-1. Tremble, North Carolina crosses. Now SMU falls into that 1-1-3-1 they were working on earlier. Bogovac, Stevenson, lost control, now gets it back. Stevenson, another three. Yes! Stevenson, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. Edwards trying to find space. Gives it into Davis-Ray. Now Pierre. One-on-one against Stevenson. Crossover. Goes right at the cup. And he draws the foul. I believe it is on the floor, so no free throws coming for SMU. And BJ Davis-Ray will head to the bench. In comes BJ Edwards. No relation. Miller gives it to Edwards. Has Young on him. At the free throw line inside to Yigitolu. Kick to the corner. Washington rises for three. No. UNT up one, looking to make it their biggest lead so far. Trimble. And a timeout on the floor. Parker Washington looks to be frustrated with something. He is limping off the court. We just hope Corey Washington is okay as he's being checked out by the medical team. And the inbound raced and hauled in by Trimble. Boopy Miller was all over him. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in this first half. It has been exciting. Wilson going right at Iggy Tolu. Tries to go up, partially blocked. I don't know if that was Toombs or Yigi Tolu. 1.3 seconds left on the shot clock. And it gets quick into Wilson. He'll catch and fire from the corner. And that one is no good. Dude, what am I doing? Miller inside. Yigi Tolu left wide open as he dunks it home. Mustangs back up on top. Trimble trying to weave his way around defenders. Doubled. Kick back out to Bogovac. Bogovac acts for the screen. Takes a long three over Yigi Tolu. Left it short and tipped into the hands of Trimble. Trimble directing traffic. Drives. Bumps. Throws it up for high. He'll take it over Yigi Tolu. And he finishes. Zayden High, you don't see too many minutes out of him. Gets the lead back for North Carolina. Miller picks his dribble up, gives it to Yigi Tolu at the top of the key. Miller around the arc. Into Pierre. Takes the long three. No, into the hands of Wilson. Wilson, 3-on-3 fast break. Young saves it into Trimble. Trimble goes right at Yigi Tolu. Bumps him, shoots it. No! Edwards on the drive to the rack. Yes! High off the glass, BJ Edwards. Less than a minute to go here in the first half. Trimble near half court. BJ Edwards all over him defensively. Trimble. Swing into Wilson. They're gonna let him go to work against Toombs. Trimble, catch it, shoot three. Yes! Seth Trimble. Beautiful play from Wilson cross court. 15 seconds and counting. 39-37. UNC has crawled back into this first half. Miller starts and stops. Miller on the drive right at the cup, and he lays it in. 2 seconds. High will heave it from half court. And it is no good. And we are tied heading into overtime. 39-39. It has been really exciting so far here in the ACC opener. In the first half, it was going back and forth. SMU was leading by as much as double digits. I believe they were up at like 13. And North Carolina crawled all their way back from a great surge by freshman Caleb Wilson, Henry Vesar, and Bogovac. They tied it at halftime. And now, second half here in the ACC opener, who will close out this matchup? Again, SMU is a very underrated team at 11-2. Very skilled guards, very elite defense. And they will start possession here. Yigi Tolu, kick back out Miller. Into Washington, who went out earlier because of suspected injury. He's back. He went right at Kyan Evans. They're going to get Evans for the blocking foul. Sorry, excuse me. They're going to get a turnover. Oh. Washington will go to the line to shoot two. First one. No, and SMU has really struggled at the free throw line. They've missed a couple. Washington, I believe he's 1 for 3 from the line. Looking to take the first. And SMU draws first blood with a free throw. Evans very quiet in the first half. Maybe he'll be looking to get going in the second. Fortunately, though, he has the very quick Boopy Miller all over him. Vessar tries to throw it to the corner, intercepted by Edwards. Edwards inside to Washington, around Vessar, and he finishes, and the foul. Parker Washington, great awareness to go around Vessar's long arms and finish through contact. Parker Washington, he reminds me of a PJ Washington, for the Dallas Mavericks. He kind of looks like him too. He has the arm tattoos. He's just a big, big body. And he can't get the and one free throw to go. His name is Corey Washington. My bad. Evans. UNC moving around Bogovac. Evans thought about the three, decided not to take it, and North Carolina will reset. 10 on the shot clock. Bogovac falls. Evans stuck. Shot clock winding down. Tremble, corner three, fading. Yes! Seth Trimble, desperation heave. It goes. Ties the game. Miller. Iggy Tolu at the top of the key. Washington gonna try for the lead. Corey Washington on fire this second half. He has all the points for SMU. Bogovac. UNC looking to respond with another big three for SMU. An entry pass into Vessar is stolen. Edwards throw up for Washington, and it is tipped away and stolen. Caleb Wilson got a hand on it. Evans will try for three, and he ties it. Man, just as you think SMU is going to run away with it, North Carolina comes right back with a response. This is such a resilient team that Hubert Davis has. Miller drive on Wilson, fade away. Oh, butter! Boopy Miller, beautiful move over Caleb Wilson. Bogovac. Screen gets the switch on the Iggy Tolu. Drives, goes right to the cup, and he will get fouled. Look at that. Fake with the right hand, turn around, fade away on the other side. Man, that's just pure raw skill from Boopy Miller guard. Again, he averages close to 20 points per game. Bogovac, his first trip to the free throw line. Some big free throws for North Carolina. They need every point they can get, and he hits the first. Derek Dixon has checked in for North Carolina. And Jermaine O'Neal Jr. has checked in for Southern Methodist. And the ref has stopped the free throw. Maybe there's a wet spot on the court, but Bogovac will shoot the second one again. Score is 46-47. SMU has had the lead for the majority of the game, but North Carolina still hanging in tough. 17-11 remaining in this game, so still a lot of basketball to go. And Bogovac hits the second, and we are tied again. Miller hit the fadeaway over Wilson, last possession. Corey Washington step in three. Yes! Everything's going for Corey Washington to get today. Dixon lost the ball, has to track it down. Vessar thought about the three, hands it off to Trimble. Trimble drives baseline, kick to the corner. Bogovac lost it. Trimble a three. That one is far and off the top of the backboard. Miller. Long three from the logo. No, that would have been crazy. The roof would have exploded here in Dallas, Texas. Vessar, they're trying to find Wilson. Vessar, drive, right hand, finger roll. No. Miller. Edwards, step in three. Yes! SMU can't miss from beyond the arc. Wilson, gonna go to work against Washington. Drives and he will be fouled. Caleb Wilson. And that one is off the back of the rim. Caleb Wilson, 8.6 rebounds in 21 minutes. He has been effective when North Carolina gives him the ball, but SMU is definitely making it hard. They're constantly setting doubles. They're giving North Carolina different looks as Wilson hits the second, cuts the lead to 5. But it's been hard for Caleb Wilson and the Tar Heels out here. They need to find a different game plan to get around these fast SMU guards. Miller drives at Stevenson right to the cup, and he draws the foul. Man, he is so quick. His start and stop is nearly unguardable, especially for a bigger, slower defender like Stevenson. He's going to have a tough time trying to catch up to Boopy Miller's pace and slow and stop action. Miller hits the first. Miller hits the second. Miller 11.7 assists, along with a steal. Caleb Wilson has it at the elbow. He'll go to work. Here comes the double Wilson against Washington. And that is rejected by Toombs. But I think they're going to call a goaltend, and they will. So count the bucket for Wilson. But wow, good block by Toombs. Just got their hair late. Miller. Crossover. Inside to Toombs. Toombs gonna go against Trimble. He's backing him down on the right side. Takes the long baby hook. No, and Stevenson hauls in the rebound. Dixon. North Carolina swings it to Trimble. Now feeds Wilson. Dixon catch it, shoot Trey. That one is far. Too much. Maybe I should say that. Miller gets the switch on the Wilson. Oh, crossover! Three-pointer! Butter! Boopy Miller, what a move against Wilson! SMU backup 8, Wilson. Looking to go to the rim. He will get fouled driving the baseline, but look at that move. Looks like Allen Iverson. And hits the step back 3 with the cherry on top. Boopy Miller and Corey Washington have had excellent second halves. I think they have all their points for SMU. No, sorry, BJ Edwards hit that 1-3. Tremble, kick out Vessar, shot fake. Gets it back to Tremble. Tremble drives. Tremble is going to get fouled. Jermaine O'Neal Jr. bumps him. That is 4 quick fouls for SMU. Jermaine O'Neal Jr.'s father, Jermaine O'Neal Sr., in attendance. Played for the Pacers, among other teams. Powell, catch and shoot, fader 3. No. Here come the Mustangs. Edwards feeds Yigitolu. Inside to a cutting Toombs! And Toombs lays it in easily. Dixon in trouble. Vessar takes the 3. Bottoms! Big shot for North Carolina. Cuts the lead to 7. Edwards, he'll try it again. No. Stevenson able to get the rebound over Toombs. Tremble the drive. Tremble the finish. Soft touch with the right hand, Seth Tremble. Again, North Carolina not giving up. Miller takes a long 2 splash. They counted as 3. That looks like a 2. But Boopy Miller has found his stroke this second half. North Carolina almost turns it over. Vessar had to run it down. Dixon. Pocket pass into Stevenson. Stevenson can't finish, but he will go to the line for the second time today. Man, look at that. Oh, no, that was a 3. I mean, look at that shot from Boopy Miller. I mean, that was just a straight heat check. Boopy Miller, 10 points in the second half. Only 8 minutes have gone by. Stevenson hits the first, and Bogovac will check back in for North Carolina. Stevenson able to hit the second. Miller. North Carolina put Jonathan Powell on him this time. Give him a different look. Yigitolu going right at Vessar. Right underneath the basket. Bumps him. And they're going to get Yigitolu for the offensive foul. Good job by Henry Vessar to sell it. These are just two large kids both going at it. Yigitolu picked up his 3rd foul. He only has 4 points. So Sam Walters is going to check in for SMU. He had some early minutes in the first half. Yeah, this is a big possession for North Carolina. If they're able to score here, they're able to bring this lead a little bit more manageable. And the ball's loose on the floor. Edwards and Dixon fighting for it near half court. Refs called jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of North Carolina, but BJ Edwards. Again, pressure, man-to-man defense. That is what SMU, that is their culture, that is their identity. That is what Andy Enfield has instilled in them. BJ Edwards. has been doing that all day to the lead ball handler. No matter if it's Tremble, Dixon, or Evans. Stevenson. Swing around to Dixon. Dixon drive. Throws it up for Vesar. Can't get it to go. He goes back up. And he can't hit it. But he draws the foul. SMU upset with the call. Timeout on the floor. It has been all Boopy Miller and Corey Washington this half for Southern Methodist. Vesar, first free throw. Yes. Henry Vesar, 9 points, 5 rebounds in 21 minutes. He has been effective. Make that 10. North Carolina down 4. They've been crawling back this entire game. They need a stop. Walters dribbles, hands it off to Edwards. Edwards around the ball screen, doubled. Has to give it to Toombs. Finds Walters. His 3. No! Powell, quick three-pointer from the corner. That one is short. Miller. Jaden Toombs posting up, asking for it. Edwards around the arc. Driving at Stevenson. Lays it up with the right hand! Beautiful, nifty finish from BJ Edwards. Tremble. Around Stevenson. Rises left hand. And one. What a tough finish through contact. Seth Tremble gliding through the air. Man, both these teams just going blow for blow right now. First Edwards, then Tremble, finishing over taller defenders. Man, it has been a dogfight here in Dallas, Texas. Tremble can't hit the and-one free throw. Batted around and hit out of bounds by Vesar. Missed opportunity for North Carolina to pull it within a one-possession game. They're down 4, 10:50 remaining on the game clock. What has been an exciting ACC opener for both teams. Pierre tries to feed it into Washington, lost it. Gives it to Miller, who drives baseline. Fade away from the baseline. He nails it. Boopy Miller has been a force this second half. Wilson. Kick. Vesar 3. Way short. Pierre the rebound. And he will bring it up for the Mustangs. Pierre, kick. Edwards. Would have been a crazy shot if he shot it. Edwards drives on Wilson. Edwards rises and finishes. Edwards. SMU back up 8. Tremble around the Vesar screen. Vesar hands it off to Stevenson. Bogovac. Shot clock wind down. Bogovac step back. Oh, butter! Luka Bogovac silences the crowd. Boopy Miller directing traffic. SMU swings it around the arc into the hands of Pierre. On the right wing, Pierre. Step back 3. Rings around the rim and no good. Bogovac going quick. Throws it up for Stevenson. And it was tipped, batted out of bounds by Pierre. Samet Yigitolu is going to check in for the Mustangs. He comes in for Jaden Toombs. And a timeout on the floor. SMU in control. North Carolina looking to make a little comeback here in Dallas. Stevenson to take it off from a corner. That's a tough spot to inbound the ball. Underneath the basket. Tremble! Corner three. No. Bogovac. Into Stevenson. Inside to Wilson. Wilson is blocked by Yigitolu. And it'll go out of bounds. Nice rim protection by SMU. There were 3 North Carolina bigs all around the basket. Vessar, Stevenson, and Wilson. Yigitolu able to get a hand on the shot. North Carolina will inbound it again from the baseline. Cross-court pass. Stevenson a 3. No. Miller the rebound. And he will clear it out for the Mustangs. Miller has had a big second half inside. Yigitolu rises over Vessar. No. Tremble has numbers. Tremble goes right at the cup and gets fouled. Seth Trimble having a quietly very good second half here for North Carolina. Can't hit the first one, but he has hit a lot of layups, a 3, trying to bring back North Carolina into this one. North Carolina is in the bonus. SMU has 9 fouls compared to North Carolina's 3. Could be big here down the stretch for UNC. They just got to take advantage of it, and Tremble hits the second. Again, North Carolina down 4. 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Edwards. It's around. Wilson. Saved by Pierre. Miller will reset it. Miller throws it up for Pierre! And Pierre finishes. Rack attack play for SMU. They are just being so efficient this second half. And Caleb Wilson calls for the offensive foul on the other end. Timeout taken. Miller. The penetration and the feed. He has 8 assists, closing in on a double-double, along with 21 points. And he has had himself an afternoon, especially in the second half. He has been the force SMU has needed so far in this game. Edwards. Miller around the arc. Corey Washington will step into one, and he splashes it. What did I say? He's like a little PJ Washington. Just a different first name, Bogovac. In the corner, he's stuck by Yigitolu, and they're going to get Bogovac for the travel. SMU is playing so good right now. They're up 9. Miller goes right at Tremble, throws it up with the right hand, and he drops it in. Miller has 23 points. They have 76. with 6 minutes to go. Bogovac drives baseline. Tremble left wide open. He answers! North Carolina won't go away. Both of these teams going blow for blow. Miller doubled. Pass was batted by Vesar. Now SMU will restart. Pierre, step back. No, falls into the hands of Washington, and Washington is able to draw the foul. He'll head to the stripe. Corey Washington. First free throw, yes. Washington, the second free throw. Yes, Henry Vesar has checked out for North Carolina. It is Wilson and Stevenson to do the dirty work. Reason why Vesar has picked up his fourth foul. SMU is up double digits. 6 minutes to go. Evans. Wilson tries to kick it to the corner, able to get the ball back. Inside, Stevenson. Stevenson finishes with the right hand. If North Carolina wants a chance to win this game, they need to get a series of stops. And it starts this possession. Miller. Seth Trimble picks him up. Miller. Miller drives baseline. Kick. A three for Ray Davis. Splash. Edwards. BJ Edwards, excuse me. I cannot see with this quality. Evans. Hand off to Tremble. Crossover. Tremble. 3 over Miller. Too far. Washington, the strong board over Wilson. Miller is going to reset it for SMU. I think they're going to take their time. Miller tries to float it up with the right hand. Whistle on the floor. I think they're going to get Tremble for the foul. Boopy Miller, 23 points, 10 assists. And on the verge of a big ACC win as he hits the first. Fun fact, SMU has not beat North Carolina since 1985. This is actually their first time playing each other since 1985. So that's crazy. Over for 41 years. And SMU is on the doorstep of victory. They just need to play strong for these final 5 minutes. Miller the second. SMU up 13. North Carolina really needs to execute on both ends of the ball. Both ends of the court. Tremble will get fouled on the arc on the entry pass by BJ Edwards. Again, playing such intense pressure defense. And Tremble will go to the line to shoot 2. SMU is in the double bonus. Big free throws for Seth Trimble. Any free throws coming down the stretch here for North Carolina is huge. They need to make They need to have every point they can get. SMU has done an excellent job on Caleb Wilson. Caleb Wilson only has 11 points today. Tremble can't hit the second. He left it short. Yigi Tolu able to grab the rebound. Miller. Washington hands it off back to Miller. Miller doubled, has to get rid of it. Miller cross court to Edwards. Washington step in three, bucket. Corey Washington having himself a second half. Tremble drives, stops, goes back up, and it is blocked by Washington. No, they got Washington for the foul. SMU has their biggest lead of the night with 15. They average 86 points per game. They're at 86 right now. Tremble. First one, short again. Again, North Carolina having a tough time from the free throw line. Boopy Miller telling his team to calm down. Don't let their emotions get the best of them as Tremble hits the second. They're up 14 with 4 minutes. They just need to execute. North Carolina in full court pressure. Miller breaks through it easily, weaving in between defenders. Miller near half court, and Tremble's going to foul him 40 feet away from the basket. And that right there is not a good foul from North Carolina. With the half Boopy Miller has had, you got to find ways to get the ball out of this guy's hand. Miller. First one. No, it rings out. North Carolina comes up unscathed. Caleb Wilson almost threw it away. Long outlet for Evans. Batted out of bounds by Pierre. Caleb Wilson got lucky on that one. And in the second half, Corey Washington and Boopy Miller just decided to take over. And, man, they took over the second half on offense. They both hit massive shots, massive threes. Miller was making plays. SMU is 52% from the three-point line tonight. That is the best all season so far. Less than 4 minutes to go. North Carolina really needs to go. Vessar, floater, yes. Drops it in. Get North Carolina full court pressure. Edwards feeds into Pierre. He finishes with the right hand. Tremble, step in, quick three-pointer, short. Boopy Miller will walk it up. SMU on the verge of beating 12 ranked North Carolina. Dallas on their feet. Edwards directing traffic. Edwards. 4 on the shot clock. Takes the long three. No. Ball batted around the air. And the refs say it's off the hands of Tremble. Timeout taken by North Carolina. And North Carolina, I don't think their offense has been bad. They're at 74 points. That's more than what they average. Sure, Caleb Wilson could have got going, but other guys stepped up like Vesar, Trimble, Bogovac was very effective this game. But it was their defense. Man, they allowed 13 3-pointers, and Boopy Miller and Corey Washington just, man, they caught fire, and North Carolina didn't have a response for it. After North Carolina challenged that it wasn't off Trimble, the call stands, SMU ball. Miller catches the side out and will take his sweet time. Miller drives. Miller 2 over Trimble. Nails it. Boopy Miller adds to his stellar night. He has to be close to 30 points. Stevenson. North Carolina moving it around the arc quickly. Stevenson a 3. Nails it. Jaron Stevenson, a much-needed bucket. 2:10 remaining. Pierre on the run. Pierre goes up and will get fouled. Well, if you're North Carolina, I think you're happy that this happened early in the ACC as Pierre hits his second. Even though this was a winnable game, SMU is still a really good team, but North Carolina has chances to get this one back. Of course, they play Duke twice. Later in the year, they play, and the free throw is good. They play a lot of very good ACC teams. So if they're able to put this game behind them and start stacking up their resume, I think they would just be fine. Vesar stuck, takes the fadeaway, tough fadeaway over Yigi Tolu, but he gets the call. Man, it has been a free throw fest here in the second half. Vesar's first free throw, yes. Less than 2 minutes to go. SMU is up 14, where they have led majority of this game ever since the beginning. Vesar is the second. North Carolina will go back to the drawing board. Again, a very tough ACC schedule is ahead of them against national championship favorite Duke, among other teams. And Wilson on the turnover finishes it quickly. Pierre dribbled it off his foot, and maybe North Carolina could get something going. Miller floats it up for Toombs, and Toombs catches it and finishes. Trimble drives baseline, tries to go up against Washington, doesn't get the call. SMU fans and bench on their feet. 1:10 remaining. Miller near half court taking his time. Miller doubled. Toombs will take the 3, and he puts the nail in the coffin for the Mustangs. Dixon into Vesar. Vesar into a cutting Trimble, and Trimble lays it in. Timeout taken by North Carolina with 47 seconds to go. SMU on the verge of scoring 100 points, but I think they'll just dribble it out. But wow, what a performance. What an offensive showcase for one of the highest scoring teams in the nation. They get it into Miller. "17 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. "5 seconds, Miller near half court still. Miller crossover. Wilson drives. Kick back out in a 24-second violation. 17 seconds remaining. And SMU, a team that averages over 91 points per game, almost scores 100. And pass from Dixon is knocked out of bounds by Washington. So 12.5 remaining in this game. Tremble into Dixon. Quick fire from three. No. Rebounded by Washington, and that'll be it. They're in SMU and North Carolina's first matchup in over 41 years. SMU will take it. SMU snaps a 12-game losing streak against AP-ranked teams. They beat North Carolina 97-83.